caffeinated content where we talk about great business ideas over that hot cup of coffee. Why do so many businesses struggle with leads from Facebook and Google? This is a common thing I run into all the time. And someone I talked to a couple days ago illustrated the point so clearly why businesses struggle with leads that they generate online, particularly from Facebook and Google. Well, first of all, leads that are from online are not referrals. Just that, here we go. Are not referrals. And when you are dealing mainly with referrals as the way you built your business, you kind of build some habits on how you acquire clients, how you deal with them, how you follow up. And let's admit it, referrals are easy business. But the problem with referrals is you can't scale them at will. You can't just call up your referral sources and go, hey, I've got a quota, I want to 10x my referrals, and then they respond. Where with advertising, you can scale your reach. You can put more money, you can go on more channels. But when you get the leads from Facebook and Google, they act differently. And so what we ran into a couple days ago illustrated something that has happened so many times, which is I create a bunch of leads. In fact, it overwhelms them. I had a realtor tell me from this team that he had too many leads. I want you to get that. He had too many leads. And this is not the first time that I've heard that. See, with referrals, you get one or two referrals. You're talking about the creme de la creme, and you don't have to do as much work as with an internet lead. And if you get one or two as a realtor, you're in business, you're doing well. But what happens when I create 50, 60, 70, even 1,000 leads? Yes, within the last 3 months, we've created 1,000 leads for this mortgage company that's working with realtors. And he's been dishing out these leads, and they're too many, quote unquote. So let me just tell you where businesses are falling down on internet leads. Number one, they're not referrals. They take more work. And this is what exposes, when we start generating leads for business, what we expose is two things. Number one, their tolerance level for success has now just been challenged. We've given them so many opportunities that their work ethic, their success acceptance level has not risen accordingly. So they tend to push back on the leads. Consciously or subconsciously, they find a way to invalidate or waste those leads. And number two, the thing that we expose is that they're not organized properly with technology and time management and processes and systems to actually deal with the leads. What do I do with 1,000 leads? Are you following up with them within 10 or 15 minutes? Because speed is the new black. Oh, you waited 3 days? No wonder, they went somewhere else. No wonder the leads are bad. The reason the leads are bad is because you waited. Did you follow up with technology? Did you use chatbot technology? Did you email them? Did you text them? Did you call them more than once? When you got them on the phone, did you build rapport? How crafted are you at your skills of building rapport with people? See, these are the various holes that people don't fill, and then of course what they do is subconsciously waste the leads and say the leads are bad. The leads aren't bad. You're slow with the leads, you're disorganized, you haven't moved up your game to how consumers are shopping these days, how they want to be engaged. And the fact of the matter is, if you're slow, you're inconsistent, and you don't send good content to them and great follow-up, the leads will of course be bad because you're wasting the leads. Now, if you're generating a lot of leads and you're organized and you have the proper estimation of effort to deal with leads from Facebook and Google, then you're going to win. And that's the key. Are you organized, and do you have the proper estimation of effort to apply whatever you need to do across multiple platforms, whether it's following up with phone calls, text messages, chatbots, email campaigns, over a period of time, particularly in industries like real estate and mortgages, where the gestation period of turning a lead into a client is much longer. This is also true of financial services. People don't just become a lead and then buy the house the next day. That nurturing campaign is a lot longer. It can take 6 months, 12 months, even 18 months before somebody actually decides to do business with you. Are you prepared to follow up with that lead as consistently as you need to over that period of time? If your answer is no, and you have not stepped your organization game up and your technology game, then yes, you're going to cite the leads as bad. But if you really want to evolve your business and do what most businesses are not doing, then you will develop the organizational systems to follow up with those leads. And that's really the advantage that you can have in today's marketplace when generating leads through Facebook and Google. Now, I've worked with all types of businesses, financial services, doctors, chiropractors, even tattoo shops, right? All types of businesses. And one for one, the businesses that are prepared organizationally with systems to follow up on those leads with multiple touch points. Are you touching them with phone calls? Are you following up with chatbots? Are you using email? Are you retargeting them across multiple platforms like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Google Ad Display? Are you putting your brand in front of them over and over and over and over? You know, the reason I see Grant Cardone's stuff all the time is because the minute I click on it, man, he is retargeting me over and over and over. I see him on Instagram, I see him on YouTube, I see him on Google Ad Displays, I'm getting his emails, right? He's in front of me. I became a lead years ago, but man, it's the follow-up. And it's true. The fortune is in the follow-up, but are you following up? Are you following up with energy, enthusiasm, creativity, technology, and consistency? If you're doing that, then your brand will stand out. If you're not doing that, you're going to take the lazy man's path, and what you'll do is the leads are bad. It's right out of Glengarry Glen Ross. The leads aren't weak, you're weak. And if your systems are weak, if your follow-up is weak, if your ability to build rapport is weak, if your ability to sell and close is weak, then yes, you'll believe that the leads are weak. Now, this change, this transformation of your brand using modern technology is not an overnight transformation. It takes a lot of time because, again, it's the proper estimation of effort. And it can take months, maybe even a year, to eventually evolve and reiterate the best possible program. That doesn't mean that success only happens at the end of that reiteration. Success is growing during that process. But can you imagine the advantage you'll have over your competition if you go through that evolution, if you have the patience and the tenacity to work out the better system? Now, if you have the patience and the tenacity to do that, you're going to rise and shine so well above your competitors, because I can guarantee you 99% of the people out there are just too lazy, or they just get befuddled mentally to put it all together. Now, if you're a brand that really wants to excel and market in the era in which we live, the era of Facebook, the era of Google, the era of email and chatbots, this is how people are engaging brands. Fact. There's so much research. I could choke a horse with all the research from multiple sources saying this is how consumers consume. But the point is, will you take advantage of that research? Will you take advantage of that technology and leverage it for your own success, for you, your team, and your future? If you'd like to work with me, my name's Edwin Dearborn. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.